Hi and welcome back to another video. My name is Funny and in this video we're going to do a review on Avengers Infinity War. Before I start this video, I just wanna tell you that I am a huge Marvel fan. I really love the Marvel Cinematic Universe a lot. The movies are so good, the actors are so great, and this will be a really deep review. I will talk about literally anything, like anything. I will talk about all the theories I've seen, everything. By the way, I have seen the movie twice, so I really remember a lot of scenes now, so I will really talk deep, if you wonder. I don't know how long this video will be. It can be like 50 minutes to half an hour, I have no idea, but I will just talk about everything and everything. So obviously I will first have a non-spoiler review for those of you who haven't seen the movie. The movie was great, absolutely one of the best Marvel movies I've seen, probably the best. Though this movie really was a great build-up, I think. It was a great movie, but you know, you are so excited for the fourth Avengers movie now that you yeah, it was a great build-up movie. So yeah, the movie was very emotional, very emotional. I am one of those people who can't really cry. I have such a hard time crying. I feel sorrow, I'm sad, deep sad in my heart. It feels like it's broken, but I can't cry. I didn't cry, but I didn't expect to either. I really wanted to cry a lot of times. My friend behind me cried her tears out, and I've heard everyone has cried, but I have not, because I knew I would get comments did you cry, and I did not. But it's because I have a very hard time crying, which can be a pain in the ass, because people think you don't care, that you aren't sad, but you really are, you just can't cry. So yeah, if I would rate this movie, I would definitely give it 5 out of 5 stars. It was so good. It was not what I thought it would be. It was better and worse at the same time. I don't know what I expected. I had no expectations, and still, I don't know, I got heartbroken and I laughed, and everything just happened in this movie. So I really do recommend you to go see it. When I saw it the second time, I saw it with my friend who has never seen any Marvel movie, which was just true friendship. She just went with me because I needed a friend, even though she haven't seen any of the movies before. This was the 18th movie. There is 17 movies before that she have not seen. After that movie, she was like, yeah, I really have to watch Avengers 4 now. This was a great movie, one of the best movies I've seen, and yeah, that shows how good of a movie it was if you have not even seen it and you still love it that much. So yeah, that was my non-spoilery review. If you have not seen the movie now, you should leave, because yeah, I'm gonna spoil you now. I don't know if you see, but I have written a lot of notes here about stuff I want to talk about. I think we just should start. This video is gonna be long either way, so yeah. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about the animation in this movie. It was so realistic. Me and my friend talked about it. It was two maybe moments when you saw that it was yeah, this is not a real person, this is green screen, you know? But otherwise, everything was so good. I thought Thanos, 2 times in the movie, he looked not that he didn't look realistic, but you know that you saw it was kind of computer made, which is so amazing. 2 times in this whole movie, that is 2 hours and 29 minutes, and it was just 2 tiny times when I felt yeah, he kind of looks like he is made out of a computer. It's just so great. The animation was so good and everything is so realistic. Just traveling in space, all these planets, all these effects, it's so incredible that they can make it look so real. It should be impossible, but yeah, I don't understand really. As I've talked about a lot in what I've said so far, the movie was very surprising but yet realistic. I was so shocked about that because, as I said, I didn't really have any expectations and I had a lot at the same time, so I didn't really know what I thought this movie was gonna be about. But when the stuff continued to happen, I was like, yeah, that makes sense, you know? And I think in Avengers 4, we will absolutely be like, oh my god, like, yeah, now we understand what's happening, you know? Because this movie left a lot of questions, and we will talk about those later, but it's just... yeah. Now we have come to my favorite part, the funny parts of this movie. I was so, like, when I rewatched the movie again, I knew when the funny parts will come, and I got so disappointed because when I was in the premiere with all the other nerds, every joke was much funnier, every moment was much more dramatic, and you know, everything just got more intense. And when I rewatched it, like, for example, the best joke of them all, the where is Gamora, who is Gamora, why is Gamora joke, it was just such a funny moment. And in the second time I watched the movie, I was like laughing, and then I like looked around and nobody was laughing with me, and I got so mad. Like, that was such a good joke, why didn't you laugh? There were so many funny moments in this movie, and like in general, just the Guardians of the Galaxy, as always, those are the funniest movies and they are the funniest people. Yes, they always make the fun jokes and I love it since I love them, and yeah, it's just great. I cannot wait for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So for the Guardians of the Galaxy jokes, we take ass and kick names, which was just yeah. Then we have, this is not a dude, you're a dude, this is a man, a muscular, what was it, handsome man? Yeah, something like that. Oh my god, I love Drax so much. Then we have also Drax. It looks like a pirate had a child with an angel. And then continue that, Rocket said, yeah, we will go with the pirate angel. And yeah, it was just so funny. And the moment with Thor, Groot, and Rocket, and Groot was like, I am Groot. And Thor was like, yes, I agree, good idea. And then Rocket was like, oh, do you speak Groot? And Thor was like, yes, it was an elective at Asgard. That was just a goldy moment. As I said, when I rewatched the movie, the people there, I just knew they were like, some of them were still fake fans because they didn't understand the joke, it was such a good joke, you know? And everybody like laughed the first time. I mean, the premieres are always the best time to watch a Marvel movie. Always. Then we have also Thor with calling Rocket Rabbit all the time. I mean, in the beginning it was just like, what the fuck? And then when you continue doing it, it just got funnier and funnier, and it was just great. It was just great. And then I am Groot, I am Steve Rogers. It was just so cute. So for the jokes who weren't from Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor, we had like flying inside a gigantic donut, that was kind of funny, and we also had Squidward, which is just, it was very funny when he said it, but afterwards on Twitter when everybody was posting Infinity War pictures with no context, and it was always a picture of Squidward, that was just so funny. I haven't even got to half of what I'm supposed to talk about. This will take a long time, but yeah. When Bruce talks and they talk about Peter and Spider-Man, and he was like, is there an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man? Okay, so I kind of like destroyed all the funny parts of the jokes right now because I don't sound funny at all, but now we're heading on to great scenes with the cast, like just great moments that we should appreciate more. And first of all, we have Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor. When they meet, it's so funny with Pirate Angel and this is not a dude, you're a dude, this is a man, and just everything about it was so great and so good. And we also have Guardians of the Galaxy with Tony, Doctor Strange, and Peter, which was just when they got there and they fought, and then it was this, where is Gamora, who is Gamora, why is Gamora, and then it was this pop culture references between Peter and Quill, and just just love that really much. And I really I did really like the scenes between Mantis and Peter. That was very cute. He like saved her like 2 times or something, and yeah, I just thought it was cute. Tony and Doctor Strange in general was just so funny to watch. Like, they are both such confident people, and it was just fun when they were like talking to each other, you know, like, yeah, it was just so good because like really no one has really dared to like stand up against Tony Stark. And then Doctor Strange come there like, I am important, you know? So that was just great. And then we have, oh my god, Okoye, Natasha, and Wanda. The fighting scene between them was just so good. And like, I loved it. It was just women power all over, and they were just slaying, and it was just great, okay? Like, we appreciate some women power. Then we have Mantis and Drax. Those two together, they're just so great together. Like, they're so funny, and just little moments between them are just such golden moments. Steve and Bucky is also another moment when Steve arrives to Wakanda, and then Bucky comes there and they hug and like, how you been, Buck, and just good for the end of the world, and just, oh, it was just so good. So it's so good of a moment and so emotional. And as I've said like 100 times, Rocket, Groot, and Thor is such an iconic trio. And I also want to talk about Gamora and Thanos. Even though, you know, you don't like Thanos, they had so many great scenes together. Very emotional, very good acting, especially from Gamora. Because like, she's just standing there beside probably like guy on stilts or what it's called, and then green screen, like, I mean, how? And then when Red Skull is there, and she's like she's probably just talking to herself the whole time, and it's still so emotional. And I really also love the throwback scenes with Gamora and Thanos. Those were very emotional and very good. So the slaying entrances in this movie was just wow. Like, first of all, Steve Rogers, wow, like, it was so great. And yeah, Steve, as you know, is my favorite of all, and it was just such an iconic entrance, and he was like standing there. I don't really understand how he got there though, because it was like a train going by and then he just stood there, which was kind of, but it was cool, you know, it was cool. Then we also have Black Widow, or Natasha. It was also slaying. She just slided in there and like, and just like killed him. Yeah, like, it was just so cool. And then obviously the entrance when Thor has his new axe, and he just comes with the Bifrost right into Wakanda with Groot and Rocket, and that was just too good to exist. And we have slaying in general, and I just want to take a moment to appreciate the person who was slaying the most in this movie. You all know who I'm talking about, Wanda Maximoff. Wanda was... I've never seen someone that good and powerful in my whole life. Like, she was so, like, Thor with his axe was slaying as fuck as well, but I mean, he is a fucking god, and he had like a weapon to destroy Thanos, while Wanda just, she was just so good, and she saved everyone like 1,000 times. Like, she, wow. And then, as I said, Thor, like, Marvel lied so bad when they said that Thor wasn't the strongest Avenger in Thor Ragnarok. Like, he certainly is now. Like, there's no one stronger than him. Steve was also just saying, he was slaying as usual, but you know, when Thanos came and he like held up his gauntlet for a moment, and Thanos was like, what the fuck, you know, it was kind of the same moment when Steve tried to lift Thor's hammer and it just moved a little bit, and Thor was like, what the fuck, you know, it was kind of the same moment, which was very funny, and he is just such a good fighter. Then Natasha, as always, also, she has like literally no powers, and she's just amazing. She is literally like what? I mean, Steve became like impossibly strong, but Natasha is she's just a normal fucking slaying human being. We also have Mantis. Mantis should need more appreciation. She fucking made Thanos sleep for like minutes while he had 3 stones. And she just made him like sleep. Like, you understand how much power that would take. Like, oh my god, she needs more appreciation. Like, wow. More appreciation to Mantis. And Doctor Strange. Oh, I loved him in this movie. I didn't really like the Doctor Strange movie that much, but he is like, wow, he's so powerful. I mean, wow. Yeah. He is. And then Gamora was also slain. She like fucking killed Thanos, you know? When they were in nowhere and she killed him and then it wasn't him. You know, still, he didn't put up with that much of a fight, but I know she is still the closest one to kill him, even though she killed his hologram, you know? Like, yeah. She's such a fighter, and not just physically, mentally. Thanos is such a great villain. Like, his idea about that there's too many people in the universe, I mean, it doesn't really work like that, but it's a great idea. Like, he has something that he aspires the universe to be. Like, he has an idea, he has a mind behind it. Like, he's doing it for a reason, which makes a villain more than great. He is, yeah, it's such a great villain. Smart villains are the best villains, because stupid villains are never good. Then I also want to talk about Vision, because Vision changed a lot in this movie from other movies. I really got to feel with Vision more, and I was so surprised because Vision wasn't even that strong in this movie. Like, in Civil War, he was like the smartest and strongest alive, and you know, you couldn't really do anything to him. And this movie, he was just so, not bad, but like, he wasn't strong at all. And I don't know why. I don't really understand how he got so like not strong. But I like him. I like him much more now than I did before. But his appearance is very weak in this movie compared to Civil War. But I kind of love it. Then we have some honorable mentions. First, Wong. I love him so much. Like, he was just slaying, and I don't really I still don't understand his powers, because he doesn't have the time stone, but he should still have his powers. So even though Thanos has his time stone, can Wong have his powers? And did Wong disappear? Or like, did he turn into dust? Or is he left? Like, it's very important. Like, we need to know. And he was such a great character. Like, I love Wong so much. So I really hope he will be in Avengers 4. I think so. Then I have a question. Where is Nakia from Black Panther? Where is she? Like, where is she? Why isn't she in this movie? Is she away? Like, wouldn't she come home? I don't know. I want her to be in the movie because she's great. Because we heard where Ant-Man and Hawkeye was. They were with their families, you know. But we didn't get to know where Nakia was, which I would have liked to know. And then I also want to mention that it's not Quill's fault. I mean, you can't really blame him. Like, Gamora finally like told him she loves him, and then Thanos just fucking kills her. Like, everyone would have gotten mad, and I mean, obviously it was supposed to happen. Like, Doctor Strange probably saw it coming, so he would do something if it shouldn't happen, you know? So, yeah. Now we are coming to deaths and theories, and this is gonna be as much as it will be like fact. It will be a lot of guessing and a lot of theories that I've seen and stuff like that. So yeah, we should just start with Loki, since he is the first death you see in like literally 2 minutes. And I've seen so many theories about Loki. I don't think he's dead. I mean, I don't understand why Loki, the god of mischief and called Silver Tongue, would just like, he wouldn't die in that way. That would just, I mean, it would be okay if he died in that way, but it's Loki. He would need dramatic death, you know? Yeah, I don't understand, because in the beginning when Heimdall is like getting away Hulk from Thanos and stuff like that, Loki is he has just disappeared. And then he comes back out of a corner behind something, very confident, talking about that he can show them the way, which, oh yeah, okay, that kind of is Loki. But then he talks about like, yeah, I'm the god of mischief and stuff like that. Like, why would he say that? Like, it just makes no sense that he would be like, yeah, I am the god of mischief. And then, like, no, that is not Loki at all. So I really do think he is not quite dead yet. And I really hope so, because the Loki we got in Thor Ragnarok and this Loki is the one we need and deserve. So I really hope that he will come back. He deserves it, and yeah. Then before he died, he said to Thor, the sun will shine on us again. Like, us? Why would he say us if he would die? Because he know he would die when, like, Thanos literally choked him. And what did it mean? Did he mean the sun would shine on them in Valhalla, like the Nordic mythology death place? Or I don't understand. Like, what does it mean? Like, what? So then Heimdall also dies. It was just so sad because I really loved him and he was always such a great character. So yeah, that was really sad. Then we have Gamora's death, which, I mean, it was emotional. Her death, like, just the death wasn't unrealistic, because if you would have fallen off a cliff like that, you would also have died. But I just don't understand, since when did Thanos love her? That was just kind of like, no, what, why, no, absolutely not. No. I didn't think it was that realistic. I think it would have been more realistic if Thanos threw himself out of the cliff and then he got resurrected because he killed himself and then he gets the stone, you know? But Gamora, I just really haven't felt like he loved her. Apparently he did, but yeah, it shows how much he, like, believes in his mission or what he wants to do. But I just, yeah, I thought it would have been more realistic if he, like, killed himself or something. Then we also have Vision's death, which was, it must have been the saddest death, I thought, since Wanda literally, like, she did not want to do this, she had to, she was forced to kill him. And then Thanos just comes there, like, turns back time, and just, it was so brutal and so horrible that, wow, that was not okay to do. Like, that was not funny. That was just horrible. Now we have come to the possible deaths, like the ones who turned into dust, that, like, we don't really know what happened. We will talk more about that later, but yeah, so we have Bucky, who died first, which was so sad. He was just walking, and then he was like, Steve, and then he just disappeared as he was like, what? Like, oh, that was just so horrible. Then we also have Falcon, T'Challa, which makes no sense since there will be a new Black Panther movie. Then we also have Groot, which was horrible because Rocket was like, no, and Groot was like, I am Groot, and we were like, ah, you know? It was horrible. Then we also have Wanda, Drax, Mantis, and Quill, and Peter Parker was with his I don't feel so good, or I don't feel so well, and then I don't want to go, Mr. Stark, and then I'm sorry. Oh, that was so sad. And then we have, who is left now then? We have Steve, Tony, Nebula, Natasha, Bruce, War Machine, Okoye, Thor, Rocket, M'Baku, Wong. Please let Wong be alive, otherwise, what? Why? Pepper, Shuri, and Ned. Please let Ned be alive. Like, he doesn't even have, like, anything, like, in this movie, but I really want Ned to be alive. I feel like he should be alive. I had to have some coffee because I'm getting an emotional breakdown now. So now we are going to talk about theories, which is my favorite part since, or I don't know what my favorite part is. This whole movie is just emotional, but theories is just so fun to talk. So here comes all the theories I've seen and that I think are realistic, and so far it's like every theory ever. So let's just start. I promise they are good theories as well. So first of all, we have the 40,605 possible futures that Doctor Strange saw, and that he told Tony that he wouldn't hesitate to see him or Peter die if it was between them and the stone. Then he gave up the stone for Tony either way, which must mean that Tony is important to winning against Thanos and that he cannot die. So yeah, that must be it. Like, it must be it, because otherwise he wouldn't do it. He also said this is the end game, and like, this is the way it had to go down, this is the way it had to be, this is how it had to be. I don't really remember exactly, but he said something like that, which proves that Tony needs to be alive. They won 1 out of 40,605,000, so Doctor Strange knows what he is doing, and that is also a theory, since the one who dies, like, becomes dust, has to come back, since Doctor Strange was one of them who turned to dust, and Doctor Strange, as we have seen in Doctor Strange, cannot see behind his death. So if Doctor Strange died, he wouldn't have known how or why Tony was important and, you know, stuff like that, which was what happened. So Doctor Strange must live. They must be somewhere else, because otherwise he wouldn't have seen the future after he died, and then yeah, you understand, like, it couldn't have ended like that, because he saw one possible future and he said this was how it had to be and we're in the end game. He wouldn't have seen that if he were dead. Yeah, he said this was the only way. And yeah, he is not dead. I promise you, he's not dead. Then we also have Vision. He will probably come back because Shuri, she did some quick things and then grabbed something from the computer. So theories are that Vision will come back, not with the stone obviously, but as a computer or something similar to that, which I think that is realistic, since Shuri talked about it and they talked about it in the movie. And you know, some of you might be like, yeah, but they said that the dead characters will stay dead. But yeah, that is who died? Who actually died? Like, if you turn into dust, did you actually die? Loki, did he actually die? He might not. And Vision, his body died. His body will probably not be back, but his mind is a computer, so yeah. Then, like, I don't really know if this is a theory, but Bruce and Hulk have this fight, you know, in the movie, and we don't know why yet. Probably because Hulk is scared of Thanos, because he got beaten pretty badly by him. We only get a no from Hulk. We get no more clues whatsoever. So we will probably learn more about that in Avengers 4, but it's possible that Hulk is scared. In interviews, they said that the only thing Hulk is afraid of is Banner, which doesn't really make sense why he wouldn't want to come out, you know. So I think he is afraid of Thanos as well now, so yeah. This is not a theory, I think, but I don't quite understand it. Like, Gamora, I think she is dead, but I don't really know. Like, she could come back, especially since they're making a Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which doesn't have to be after Infinity War, but you know what, we don't really know. And the producers or directors for that movie has said that Gamora will have a big part in that movie. They will focus more on Gamora and less on Quill, which is good, but how can they do that if Gamora is dead? And then Thanos, he will maybe regret it all, like, we don't know, but in the end, when little Gamora says, like, what did it cost, he says, like, everything is in such a sad way. It just feels like he will regret it, or something has to happen. He might want Gamora back. Could it be possible that he could throw the Soul Stone down the steep and then get Gamora back because it's a soul for a soul? Or we don't know. It's just theories, but I don't know, if Gamora wouldn't come back, it would have been like, yeah. But if she will come back, it could still have been possible. We don't know. So we don't really know where the lines are drawn in this fandom. So it could happen. This is not a theory, it's more like a fact, because Captain Marvel, she will come, she will save them all. I swear on my life. In the comics, she has been the one fighting Thanos. I haven't read the comics, I've just seen that she is the one in the comics, you know. And I believe that she will save them all, and I love it as well. I'm so grateful and happy if that will be the thing, because she will save them all and she's a woman, and it's just so good. Like, yes, we need more superhero women that are the most powerful, because women are fucking powerful, okay? I'm just so excited for the Captain Marvel movie. I think that was a thing as well, since Doctor Strange saw the futures. It was probably like, if Thanos wouldn't have gotten the last stone, he wouldn't have been able to do all this, and then Nick wouldn't have pressed the button to call on Captain Marvel, which, yeah, we need her. Like, they need her. We all need her. This is not really a theory either, since we have seen the cast on set for Avengers 4, and they will go back in time to the New York battle, and Loki will be there, and Cap and Thor in their old costumes and clothes and stuff like that, so that is more of a fact. And we have seen Tony and Bruce with those hand stuffs, and we don't know why they go back there. There is probably a lot of theories. I have not seen anyone that I think like, yeah, that is probably right so far. But we know that they're going there. It must be important. I'm just very excited to see it, to find out why and what is happening. Then the last theory-ish I have is about Stormbreaker. Like, will it kill Thanos? And I don't understand why Thanos didn't die. He had Stormbreaker in his heart, and he said you should have aimed for the head. Why should he have aimed for the head? Like, you don't have your heart in your head, or like, why don't you die of that in your heart? It is supposed to kill Thanos. Why didn't he die? I don't understand anything. And then his gauntlet looked so like burned up. Why did it look burned up? Like, it still worked. Is that important? I don't understand. I really just don't understand why he didn't die. He should have died. The dwarf said that the Stormbreaker would kill Thanos. Why didn't he die? I don't know. I don't know. So that was a long video. I don't know if you guys who've seen the movie have some other theories or thought I missed something. I just remember now, I really want to appreciate the cloak in this movie as well. The cloak was just Doctor Strange cloak. Such a good cloak. I should get a cloak like that. But yeah, please comment if there's any theory that you think I should have talked about, and comment what you have heard, what you think. Let me know what you thought about the movie, if you are excited for the next one. Let me know about anything, like literally anything in this movie, and I am willing to discuss it, like, honestly. That was all for this video. If you stayed this long, you should get a medal. So yeah, this was just all for this video. I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye!